Rock and roll daddy. What's going on, Bob Squad? What do you say? What do you know? Tip the veal, try the waitress. We are talking ex-Cobra Commander. Well, I gotta do my sweat gimmick. We'll talk about my sweat momentarily, LOL. We are talking about Monday Night Raw, July 6, 2026 on Netflix, Pacific Standard Time, normal 5 p.m. on the West Coast in San Diego, and Lego my San Diego because we got a humdinger daddy of this program. Hang on. It's really hot in here. So in the summer months, I gotta close the windows to block out the noise, especially because the World Cup has been going on for 16 years, and that's an issue. So people are playing their bass music, which I don't like. It's not just the noise, it goes through you. It irritates me a whole lot. That's what the summer. So what I did was I ordered a kind of like a portable AC. I hope this is just as good. I ordered a swamp cooler from Amazon.com. It's a popular online retail store. I'll explain it in more depth some other. I'll send you a link in the comments for Amazon if you want to go check out what they're doing. So hopefully I'm far enough from the coast. I think I'm like 10 miles away from the coast, where there's no real humidity, because it's supposed to be really dry for your swamp cooler to work best, and otherwise it just makes things worse actually, so I would have wasted a bunch of money. But I'm hoping this thing will arrive tomorrow, and I'm hoping that it makes life a little easier so I can record more things and not sweat off my testicles. WWE Monday Night Raw. We have 3 championship matches tonight. We have the women's IC match. I wish it was icy in here, LOL. With Sol Ruca and Raquel Rodriguez. Cody Rhodes is scheduled to wrestle Sami Zayn for the World Championship or WWE Championship, whatever. We'll see how that plays out. And the Tag Team Championships, the Street Profits, are giving their rematch to The Vision. So we will check out, sorry for the sniffles, we'll check this out momentarily. Obafemi is walking. The Judgment Day is walking. Sami Zayn drives up in a motor vehicle and Cody confronts him after walking. But then Gunther shows up and he powerbombs Cody through a table and kicks a car door onto Cody's head. Cody he has suffered lacerations, if you will, and it doesn't look like Cody will be able to make his match for the championship. So that is unfortunate. But whatever, Seth Rollins can't grieve forever, as they say. Seth Rollins enters the ring. And here's the funny thing about Seth, he delivers like an actual heartfelt promo about being a kid, and you know, he's a parent, so he's pointing out other kids in the crowd, but because you know he's a parent, it's not as creepy. He's like, hey, that kid looks 5, that kid looks 7, and the kid holds and I was a 5-year-old kid, and to the 5-year-old Seth Rollins, which is not his name, I wanted to do this, and Roman Reigns doesn't care, and he says he makes 10 times more for 1/10 of the work or whatever, and I don't care about that. It was about the work. It was never about the money. La 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 la. And everything is pretty heartfelt, and it's one of the best things he's done in a while. Until out of nowhere, LaKnight shows up, and people go bananas for LaKnight interrupting Seth. And the people won't give up on LaKnight, and I love it. I love it. I'm back on board with LaKnight myself. I might start calling him LA Knight. And then LaKnight, after hearing all that heartfelt stuff, says yippee skippy to Seth Rollins regarding Seth and Roman Reigns fighting for the millionth time on the main event of the SummerSlam. And Jimmy Uso shows up and kicks LaKnight in the face. So there you go. Then we go to a commercial break. Raw is brought to you by DoorDash, and your favorite historical WWE moments have the various championships and weapons and whatnot replaced with badly animated food items. So that's always nice to take the piss out of those memories. Gunther is arguing with Pierce and all this. I don't even remember this. I just wrote this down. So I guess they kicked him out and they got mad at each other or something. I would imagine that happened. The Street Profits are dressed in gold. We go back to a commercial break. And Cody Rhodes wants us to drink sugary Minute Maid because he's in really great shape. So that clearly that's what he's drinking to get in really great shape. And he has a guy super kick a vending machine, which is illegal. So he encourages vandalism. Some golden boy. Paul Heyman is back and he yells at the Vision and he says, hey, Austin Theory, don't come back if you don't come back as a champion, and you guys, Braun lost your cage, and doesn't really yell at Logan Paul. Logan Paul didn't really do anything wrong. But he is not happy, Paul Heyman. So there you go. The heels wrestle the faces, as they do, as they tend to do it in all the matches. And we go to a commercial break, so the hell with you. Oh, this is the Tag Team Championship match, by the way. So the Street Profits and the Vision are having their thing, and they definitely they tell the story in a match. And this is what working is, telling a story in a match. And Austin Theory, more so even than Braun, has to tell the story that it ain't just about winning the championships. Things are pretty much over for him. He ceases to be a Paul Heyman guy, if you will, if he does not win. So he's being super aggressive, but they're not making the faces look stupid. The faces are still athletic. Who would text me? I told all my friends never to text me. Anyway. No, I didn't. But I'm distracted. Sorry. I came from the eye doctor today. I went to the eye doctor. A lot of sexual tension between the eye doctor and myself. The eye doctor was doing the thing where she's like, okay, 1 or 2. Is it 1 or 2? And I'm like, hey, lady, I'm trying to use the restroom. Do you mind? I've had a lot of fun with my eye doctor. Last time I told my eye doctor, I said, hey, man, I want a 20/20 vision. He said, no, you don't. Everything is still look like Barbara Walters. Okay, are we done? I have more eye jokes, but they just keep getting cornea and cornea and cornea as time goes on. But I'm proud of myself. You know why? I'll just tell you, it goes faster that way. Because I took the eye puff, the puff of air in the eye thing, both first try, like a champion. She even said, do you want to count down? I'm like, no, just do it. Boom, boom, ha-ha. Didn't flinch. So hopefully that caused her to be aroused. And she has my number. So hopefully I'll be receiving a call from my eye doctor any day now to engage in sexual activity. Let's see how that goes. There's a Tag Team Championship match. And, oh yeah. So there's some shenanigans with Logan Paul trying to use the knuckles, and it doesn't work. It goes back and forth. I don't remember the whole damn finish. But Maxine shows up. Remember, Maxine's been seen frowning with Austin Theory and going back and forth and their young puppy love and what have you. Amongst each other, not with puppies. That's gross. But anyway, where's Odie? Odie, where you going? Hang on, Odie wants something. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, he's being a Chihuahua man. He's being a good Chihuahua man. We have new tag team championships. Maxine punches Angelo Dawkins in the testicles, and then he gets pinned. And I like how she punched him in the testicles, and then that was the pin. It wasn't. And then that sets up for the blah 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 heel finishing maneuver. Like, no, we already know it's too much. It's too much. We already know the outcome now. So it's like you're just making us think about it too. It's all just foregone conclusion. We're just bumping for the sake of bumping. Like, no, just whatever. Anyway. Plus, they probably have to run this match back, so why have the Street Profits lose to the finish, low blow or no low blow? You know what I mean? It's like they can do that again later, and they will. So that was that. So I don't know how long, it was 2 or 3 weeks the Profits had the thing, who knows. Anyway, they go backstage. Oh, there's kissy face action. There's not platonic, but sexual kissy face action between Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree. I don't know if she's still using Dupree, but yeah, they had kissy face action. And then new tag team champions are backstage with Paul Heyman. He's somewhat happier, but and Maxine is with him, and he said, "Hey, you really stepped up." And Austin Theory says, "Thanks," and he goes, "No, I was talking to her." But so Heyman's being a real ass to his team there. But anyway, they all drive away. And then Otis and Tozawa walk from behind, whatever the hell they were standing behind, and they look sad, and everyone went, "Oh." So that's unfortunate. The Judgment Day is around backstage after a commercial break, and Raquel Rodriguez is standing amongst 4 or 5 of her friends, but she's yelling at the wall for some reason about what she's going to do to, I don't know, she's just yelling at the Invisible Man to what she's going to do, and they're all standing around smiling at her yelling. I like Raquel, and I don't think she looked good here. She looked better in the match. I don't know who told her to do this. It looked odd. Sol Ruca enters the ring as she tends to do before matches, so can't blame her for that. Then 5 dudes are arguing about the Intercontinental Championship belt. So they've been doing this lately. They'll have someone enter for a match and go backstage and talk about something completely different. So the person waiting in the ring is now actually, they found a way to make the person in the ring wait longer for the in front of the live audience and look silly. Sorry, I can't talk today. Raquel Rodriguez, I guess there's a commercial break, so I still have these guys. I said this last week. I gotta figure out what's going on with the ads that I paid to not have and why I still have them. But with this with this ads low tier Netflix thing, Raquel Rodriguez is no entrance, so it's looking promising. Raquel and Sol wrestle a match. Sol's bouncing around a little bit. Big ass clothesline from Raquel, and we go to a commercial break. Okay, I should count the commercial breaks. Eventually, they have this. They keep going with this contest, and why wouldn't they? Since no one has scored a pinfall or submission or count out or disqualification victory, to my knowledge. Liv Morgan, Roxanne interfere, and Io Sky thwarts their interference, and Sol Ruca hits her finishing maneuver. 1, 2, 3. Sol Ruca retains. They've been planting all these seeds for both Roxanne and now Raquel individually to get frustrated with Liv. Overall selfishness, I guess, because she's got her own situation with Io, and they're mad at Danhausen for the curse and yada yada, and always putting the other two's aspirations for Queen of the Ring or the Intercontinental Championship on hold for her title run, yada yada. So, the seeds, they're planting more seeds with Roxanne than anything else, so who knows. But I had something else I really wanted to add about this that was bothering me. Oh, no, just not really bothering me. Sol Ruca's finished, so she has been hitting it, because the first, at least 2 times on a Raw and a PLE, it wasn't quite so, especially that first Raw, that was unfortunate with Becky Lynch, she wasn't looking so good. So they went back to the classic Kevin Dunn switch, even though he's not there anymore, where mid-move, they make sure to switch that damn camera angle just to jar it up and confuse you for a second in case she doesn't hit it all the way, or in case it doesn't quite work. They're really going out of their way to, right in the dead center of the thing, flip angles. So it doesn't seem like they have enough faith that she's going to do it, but whatever. Oba, Femi, and Brock Lesnar have giant packages, and we look at their huge packages. After their throbbing blue vein packages are done, we look at a package for Unreal, the show on Netflix where they tell you how fake it is. Paul Heyman is in the ring, and he's saying words. He says his name, which they were familiar with. They said it with him anyway. That wouldn't have worked at the eye doctor. Hi, do you have an appointment? Yeah, at 10:20. My name is Robert Hansen. Yes, that's my name, I know, right? Oh, broke more fourth walls than the Kool-Aid Man there, Daddy. Oba Femi interrupts in more business casual, but he looks good in these colors. It was like an olive green. Handsome man. And he yells at Paul Heyman, and, okay, I don't know. They're going to wrestle again, Oba and Brock, not Oba and Paul. Jackie Redmond, after a commercial break, is talking to Sami Zayn, and they confirm that Cody Rhodes is out. Sami Zayn has kind of a fake sadness about it, but Adam Pearce shows up and says, hey, I got another guy, it is official. But he doesn't think to tell Sami Zayn who it is, and of course that's for our suspense to hold us on the hook for the surprise and yada yada yada. But in kayfabe, wouldn't the general manager be like, hey, there's no reason to give you, since you agreed to wrestle someone tonight, and that match isn't happening through no fault of your own, wouldn't we just tell you the guy? So I would not do this interview, or not with Sami, just have Pearce tell Jackie Redmond, we found someone. That's that. And instead of completely surprising Sami Zayn with it, Sami Zayn knows he's got an hour to prepare, or something, I don't know. Whatever it is. But anyway, they did it that way, though. So, give Sami to bitch about something. And that carrot, I'll talk about that later. Chad Gable is in a tag team match with Dragon Lee, flipping in the ring. And they wrestle Ethan, Ego, Page, and Rusev. And I think the heels won. Yeah, Rusev tapped off Mr. Dragon Lee. Gable is fighting the bad guys. He tries a German on the Bulgarian. But, he gets jumped, and then Joe Hendry arrives to fight the heels, and Hendry gets beat up. So I guess the 5 of these fellows, Hendry, Gable, Dragon Lee, Rusev, and Ethan Page, are all going to have a 5-way gauntlet match next week. And the winner of that gauntlet thingy wrestles Penta for the very cold IC championship at the SummerSlam. Jim Uso is back with Jackie Redmond, and then LeKnight interrupts, and he wants more Jim Uso, but Jacob Fatu comes out of nowhere and he slams the Knight against the wall, and this review is hitting the wall. Bayley is a brief package. She challenges the Bird Lady to wrestle next week, so that's nice of them. Nick Aldis is still hanging around. He's been very busy since his suspension from TV. He's been all over the place, and him and Pierce teased the replacement, or I think, you know what, I might have messed this up. Maybe Aldis had the replacement and Pierce did. I don't know. Oh yeah, Aldis was the one who had the replacement set aside, not Pierce, so whatever. Maybe I messed this whole thing up. Listen, there's a lot of backstage stuff going on, and then a commercial break, so that's that. Sami Zayn enters the ring. They're in Chicago. Does that give it away? Or the fact that it happened a day ago, does that give it away? They're in Chicago. It's CM Punk. He's wearing the pink and white and black Bret Hart homage trunks. The place loses their minds. They did a thing where, so they raise the garage door in the back, and he walks in, and the announcers lay low. They do the music. People are jumping off the walls, bouncing off the ceiling, painting the town red till the cows come home. Frozen pigs flying in hell. Hi, buddy. I'm saying hi. Odie's looking at me. Hello, friend. He's sleepy. Okay. He went back to sleep. He's done with me. They have a great match. And Punk looks great when he's sweaty. You know what I mean? Because his hair gets all stringy, and he's just like, yeah, he just looks like a disaster. So, they have this great match. I really enjoyed it. People really get into it. And of course, it's Chicago, so people are fired up. But, Punk looking good after the time off. And they do a bunch of teases. Sammy does the go to sleep on Punk a few times. I think Punk does hit the haluva kick on, what do you call it, Sammy. So they were very careful here. Like, Punk kicked out of a GTS from Sammy, but Punk's haluva kick, Sammy could kick out of because it's not the main guy. It's not Sammy doing his finisher. It's someone else doing his finisher to him. They didn't do a haluva kick on Punk, so because then Punk would have to kick out of it. Am I giving away the finish? Punk wins the thing. We'll get to that. They didn't have Sammy do the haluva kick, because then Punk would have to kick out of it, and that would bury Sammy's finish. So they didn't want to do that. They did a tease back to that reverse victory roll type of thing, or just that Sammy used to win the thing from Cody. They teased it that way. Eventually, it's one go to sleep. Thankfully, it was just the one of them. And one go to sleep, and 1, 2, 3, Sami Zayn lost the championship to CM Punk. So how about that? People go bananas. Some people thought there should have been some attack afterwards from a Gunther or a returning Randy. No, that would be grossly overbooked, and it would confuse the whole thing and ruin the moment. So I would say no. It was he did an homage to when he won the thing in 2011 in Chicago, same building. They said he blows the kiss and he takes the belt and he runs into the people and la la la. So a lot of people, the internet wrestling especially, because it's dominated by AEW trolls and bots anyway, they're so mad that Punk won. Listen, the belts aren't real. Belts are real. You can physically put them on, and they are important. They're super important to what you did with them. But just because someone is your favorite wrestler doesn't mean they need to have it. Sami Zayn, the character, and Drew McIntyre too, but we'll talk about Sami Zayn. That character is better when he's bitching about something. Sami Zayn needs something to complain about. And he's got the out here isn't anything physical in a match. He lost the match clean. His out is that this surprise was dumped on him, and at least one of the GMs knew about it. And why would you dump this on me? I showed up to my match. I did my job. Be mad at Gunther. Punish Gunther. Don't punish me. Let Gunther and Cody deal with their issue. I had nothing to do with this. I was minding my business. I showed up to work. So that's his out, is not the finish, because he lost clean. His out is, you dumped this on me. You're all out. You clearly looks like you're all out to get me. That's Sammy's out. So, interesting Raw. Chicago was hot. I mean, it was really, once they said Cody might not make it, the CM Punk chants were starting up, and it was kind of like, oh, it better be Punk. And it was. Alright. That was Raw. San Diego, what's going on this weekend? not much going on in July. I have check my Instagram at Bob Hanson Jokes. I got I'm headlining a church basement in a couple of Saturdays from now. I'm not kidding. I think it's the 18th. August 5th, Little Italy, Pally Wine. We're lining some heads there on Wednesday. And 2 days later, this is a big one up in Vista. Back with the Cackle Show at in Zayn Brewing Co. 236 Main Street on Vista, 7 p.m. That's going to be a big one. Don't miss that. Go to Vista on Saturday. Excuse me. Go to Vista Friday, August 7th, and see Bob there, San Diego. Okay. Any other dates from my link tree? I'm with Zoltan in late August in Charlotte and a bunch of other times this year. Okay. It is very hot. I'm very sweaty. This is gross. Goodbye.